Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's grammar time. Today, we're diving into the wide world of Subject-Verb Concord, which is just a fancy way of saying the verb in a sentence has to agree with its subject, also known as subject-verb agreement. This is one of those fundamental rules that can make or break your sentence structure. So grab your notebooks, get comfortable, and let's get started on this exciting journey to mastering Subject-Verb Concord. Subject-Verb Concord, also known as subject-verb agreement, ensures that the subject of a sentence and the verb of that sentence are in agreement with each other. This means that if the subject is plural, the verb must also be plural. Conversely, if the subject is singular, the verb must be singular as well. For example, in the sentence, "The cat runs after the mouse," cat is the singular subject, and runs is the singular verb. If we change the subject to plural, it becomes "the cats run after the mouse," where cats is the plural subject and run is the plural verb. Think of it like this. You wouldn't wear a tuxedo to a pool party, right? Just like your outfit needs to match the occasion, your subject and verb need to match in number and person. It's all about making sure everything fits together seamlessly. Imagine saying, "The dogs barks at night," or "She walk in the garden." It sounds off, doesn't it? That's because the subject and verb are not in agreement. The correct sentences would be, "The dogs bark at night," and "She walks in the garden." What applies to clothings and occasions also applies to subjects and verbs. They got a vibe. When they do, your sentences will sound natural and be grammatically correct. This is especially important in writing, where clarity and precision are key. But don't worry, I'm here to make it crystal clear. We'll go through various examples and rules to help you master Subject-Verb Concord. With practice, it will become second nature. Alright, rule number 1 is as straightforward as it gets. Singular subjects take singular verbs. What's a singular subject? It's just one person, place, or thing, like cat, one cat. And a singular verb? That's an action word that goes with a singular subject, like runs. So the sentence would be, "The cat runs." See? Easy peasy. It's like peanut butter and jelly. They just belong together. Now let's kick it up a notch with rule number 2. Plural subjects take plural verbs. Plural just means more than one. So instead of one cat, we now have many cats. And instead of singular runs, we have plural run. So the sentence becomes, "The cats run." See how we just added an S to cat and took it away from runs? That's the magic of Subject-Verb Concord. Alright, time for rule number 3, and this one involves a very important word, and. When you connect two subjects with and, you're basically creating one compound subject. So when you have two subjects joined by and, you have to use a plural verb. For example, Tom and Jerry are friends. Even though Tom and Jerry spend most of their time trying to outsmart each other, they're still a pair, so we use are. There's an exception though, when two nouns or phrases are joined by and to form a single unit. That single unit takes a singular verb. For example, bread and butter is my favorite breakfast. Here, two distinct nouns, bread and butter, are brought together by and to form a single breakfast item. Hence we use singular verb is. Now, rule number 4. When you have subjects joined by or nor, things get interesting. If both subjects are singular, use a singular verb. For example, neither the woman nor the child is out of danger. If both subjects are plural, use a plural verb. For example, neither the women nor the children are out of danger. If one subject is singular and one is plural, the verb has to agree with the subject that's closer to it. For example, neither the woman nor the children are out of danger. The verb are agrees with children because it's closer to the verb. Alright, rule number 5 is all about collective nouns, and these can be a bit sneaky. Collective nouns are words that refer to a group of individuals or things as a single entity. For example, a team, family, or audience. They can be tricky because they sometimes act as singular nouns and other times as plural nouns, depending on the context in which they are used. These nouns are unique because they represent a collection of individuals or items, yet they are treated as a single unit in a sentence. Now, here's the catch. They can be singular or plural depending on how they're used in the sentence. If the group is acting as one unit, like a well-oiled machine, then you use a singular verb. This means that the group is functioning together as a single entity, and the action they are performing is unified. For example, the team is winning. In this sentence, the team is acting as a single unit with a common goal, so we use the singular verb is. This indicates that all members of the team are working together toward the same objective, and their actions are synchronized. But if the members of the group are acting individually, like a bunch of kids in a candy store, then you use a plural verb. This means that the individuals within the group are performing actions independently of each other. For example, the team are arguing among themselves. See the difference? In this case, the team members are not acting as a single unit, but rather as separate individuals with their own actions and opinions. It's all about how the group is vibing, whether they are working together as one or acting independently. The verb form changes to reflect their collective or individual actions. Okay, let's talk about rule number 6, which deals with indefinite pronouns. They're called indefinite because they don't refer to a specific person or thing. They include pronouns like everyone, anyone, somebody, nobody, each, and so on. And guess what? They always take singular verbs. For example, everyone is already here. Even though everyone seems like a lot of people, we still use the singular verb is. Now let's move on to some common errors that even native English speakers make. The first one is getting tricked by prepositional phrases. A prepositional phrase is just a group of words that tells you more about the subject, but it's not the actual subject. For example, in the sentence, the bouquet of flowers is beautiful, the prepositional phrase is of flowers. The subject is bouquet, which is singular, so we use the singular verb is. Don't let those prepositional phrases throw you off. Always focus on the subject. Another similar error is getting distracted by a relative clause that modifies the subject. For examples, the man who was beaten up by police officers has lodged a complaint. Here, the relative clause, who was beaten up by police officers, has only one function, namely to give more information about the subject, the man, which is singular. Hence it takes the singular verb, has. Finally, we will deal with a few usual suspects that cause errors of subject-verb agreement. A. My mother and I are going to the store. Explanation. Although I and are do not go together elsewhere, they agree here because I is joined with my mother by and to form a plural subject in my mother and I. B. Each boy and girl walks to the school. Explanation. If a subject is modified by the words each or every, that subject always takes a singular verb, even if it is joined by an and. C. Running with ducks is my favorite sport. Explanation. Gerunds, words ending in ing, can be subjects and follow all the rules pertaining to singular and plural verbs. D. The news was everywhere on the TV. Explanation. Although it looks like plural, news always takes a singular verb. Other such examples, economics, physics, mumps, and measles always take singular verbs. E. Where are my sunglasses? Explanation. Sunglasses are always plural even when you are talking about just one object, hence they take plural verb are. Other such examples, scissors, trousers, pliers, and binoculars always take plural verbs. If you enjoyed this grammar adventure, give this video a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting language lessons.